Okay, I want to talk once again about this proposal by Home Secretary Amber Rudd. This time I want to focus on the acid part of things. Um, so, what she wants to do with acid is restrict the sale to over 18s only and ban the possession of acid in a public place, without a good reason, I assume. So, what I think they mean by acid is things like bleach, toilet cleaner, drain cleaner, things like that. Um, they actually call it corrosive substances. I think that's what they're referring to. I would assume they're also talking about things like car battery acid, but I don't really know. Um, so I'm going to point out some issues with this. Now, fair enough if you think, you don't need it in a public place or it shouldn't be sold to anyone under 18, but I'm going to just explain why I disagree with this. Okay, the thing about not selling it to under 18s, that's not going to stop them getting it. If you've got someone, say 15, 16, 17, whatever, with that intention, they're going to do it no matter what. If they can't straight up buy it out of the shop, well, they've got these kind of cleaners in their house anyway. Under in the kitchen cupboard, in the tool shed, whatever. These things are already lying around the house, and people under 18 still use them to clean their house. So you can't really stop them from getting it, and even suppose you do completely stop under 18s from getting these acids, they can still use other things like boiling water or boiling oil. It'll have the same effect. So this isn't really a solution to the problem. And even if that doesn't work, they're still just going to use other things like knives or hammers or whatever, steal a car. And honestly, it's just an inconvenience. This is just one of those pointless laws that won't make the slightest bit of difference other than causing an inconvenience to everyone else. Now, the other part I'd like to talk about possession in a public place. I kind of thought about that one a little bit more, and the thing with that is, obviously you really don't need to be carrying acid. I can't really think of many reasons why you would be carrying acid, but I can think of a few. My issue with this is people being wrongfully arrested if they're unable to satisfy the police why they have it. Now, it obviously depends. I mean, if you're just walking around the street with your face covered with acid in a spray bottle, or you're driving on a motorbike with it in your pocket, yeah, I could definitely see an issue with that. There's been a lot of attacks in like London where people have been riding a motorbike and they just go up to someone and spray them in the face with the acid, or younger people with the acid just spraying it in someone's face to steal their vehicle. That is a problem down there in London. But an issue that I see with this proposal is, let's just assume, for example, you go to a shop such as Asda and you buy toilet cleaner and you put it in your boot of your car and you forget it's there. And then for whatever reason, maybe a traffic offence, whatever, the police pull you over and they want to search your vehicle. And then they then find the acid and they're not convinced by your story. You could potentially receive 6 months in prison for that. And again, to me, this is very unfair, and it's about personal freedom as well, in my opinion. We shouldn't have to justify ourselves when it comes to this sort of thing. Another point that I've seen a few other people mention is pepper spray. Would it not be better if we legalised pepper spray, and that way people just would be more likely to use pepper spray for like say a robbery? What I mean is, obviously, if you get attacked with acid, that's you permanently disfigured for the rest of your life. It's going to be extremely painful being burned on the face with acid. But with pepper spray, its effect lasts about 20 minutes. You get sprayed in the eyes with pepper spray, you can't see, but you'll get your vision back, you'll fully recover, and you won't be permanently disfigured. You won't have to go through loads of operations. You won't be in a lot of pain for a long amount of time. It won't be long lasting injuries if it was pepper spray. With pepper spray, there's the obvious fact that you could use it to defend yourself as it's intended for. That's why pepper spray exists, to counter these sort of attacks. Someone tries to attack you with acid, with a knife, with a hammer, with a crowbar. You spray them with pepper spray, to prevent rape, to prevent burglary. You just spray it in their face and run. I think if we were to legalise pepper spray for the purpose of self-defence, even if criminals do use pepper spray, to me that's a huge plus, opposed to using acid. Hopefully you can see where I'm coming from there. I mean, you make it people be able to defend themselves, and the people who are getting attacked with these substances, it won't be as bad. So that's all I wanted to say on this issue. I've got more videos like this to come. I think this is the third video I've done on this offensive weapons ban by Amber Rudd. I've got more to come. I might talk separately about the ban on certain firearms, 50 caliber rifles, the ban on the Mars rifle. There's another rifle as well. I can't remember what it's called. I'll probably do a video on those as well. So look out for those. So please subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm just here to speak out against this nonsense, because really it's not going to make a difference, and there's a lot of people being. I'm going to be greatly affected by this bill if it goes through. If this online knife ban thing happens, or they ban certain kind of knives, people like me are going to be greatly affected, and it's not going to deter crime at all. So I'm here to speak out against this. So I've got lots more content like this on the way, so please do subscribe, give me your feedback. So that's all. Again, thank you for watching.